Welcome back to Penny for Tail, our Scion stream for Fridays. I do hope everything is coming through okay. If not, womp womp. Um, but I'm super excited to be back with everybody tonight. We'll just dive right in and I'll have the cast introduce themselves and then we'll pick right up where we left off. We'll start with Jacob.
Hi, I'm Jacob, and I will be playing Adrian Phelps as I have been. Young up and coming photojournalist, even without her eyes.
And Crystal.
I'm Crystal. I'll be playing Astrid again. I wasn't here last week. Had to take some time to adjust to my face having been torn off and all that. But I'm back now, so we'll see what happens.
And last but not least, Ashley.
I'm Ashley, and I will be playing Vaya again this evening, and we will see how much she can discover about herself.
All right. So, last we left off, Vaya and Liam were actually being buried alive in a chamber. Unfortunately, Ian couldn't join us tonight, so we're just going to roll with these new conditions. So we're gonna say that as the ceiling, the doorway was kind of crumbling, Via, you were able to kind of roll out of the way on instinct, and Liam kind of instinctively tried to, get in the way, I guess, to try to make sure you got out of the way, and he kind of knocked out on the way. So now you have a unconscious body, and you're trapped in a room that you haven't really had time to fully inspect. You know there's an archway, and that was the first focal point of your eyes that the person or the being kind of walked out from behind. What would you like to do?
First thing I'm going to do is to make sure my friend here is actually still breathing. And after I make sure of that and there's nothing else falling, I would probably start taking a look around to see what's in the room, look a little closer at the runes that are on this archway, see if I can understand any of them, and try to figure out a way out.
All right, absolutely. So as you are looking through the room on the archway, as you actually come up on the archway, you notice behind it there are six pillars with one central one in the middle. They are all look like they're made out of pure obsidian. Five are glowing faintly, like they have this soft red hue kind of emanating from the middle, and the other two are just black. The runes, though, you make out like one or the other, like every like five or six you can make out, but it's not. From what you can gather, you can't really put anything together besides gibberish.
Okay. Are there any runes or markings on the columns?
There are. It looks to be like, one is kind of in. Give me a roll real quick for me to see if you know what languages these are. Give me a second.
Intellectical?
Give me an academics because this is an actual language.
Okay. And I got one success. Or wait, no, I got no successes. I apologize. Intellect and none.
All right. So staring hard at like a few, you just kind of you can't grasp it. You've seen it before. You know it is a spoken language, but you just can't place where it's from.
Okay.
but without going too much further into it, is there anything else you wanted to do with the room, or are you trying to look for a way to escape?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking at the walls to see if there's any type of other passage or anything like that. And kind of looking where the cave-in was to see if I think I would be able to safely move any of the rocks or anything without causing more damage.
Right. So while you're inspecting, it does look like it was kind of, it looks like it was set up to cave in, to where it to block this in. So you have a feeling that this was planned.
Okay.
You're not really sure why, but you can start to move the rocks. It's going to take a little bit to do. There are a few big ones, but the ones that you see in your way, you might be able to clear a way out enough to get at least yourself out, and then maybe come back with help to get Liam later on.
Okay. If there's no other obvious routes out, I would probably start trying to move some of the rocks around.
All right. Go ahead and we'll start off with a strength plus acrobatics check or athletics check. I'm sorry, I don't have one of the character sheets pulled up in front of me.
So might or dexterity?
Let's do with might.
Okay.
And you can pick the skill that you feel would be appropriate.
Let's go with athletics. I have 2 successes.
All right, so you're off to a great start. Just you spend a good 5 minutes doing it, and you realize this is going to take a while. But I mean, you got nothing but time. So while you're doing that, we're going to flash on over to Astrid. Because I'm sorry, I left my party completely split, and I'm trying desperately to get them all grouped up together. Astrid, you wake up on your newly found twin brother's couch. You feel great, actually. Your face is a little tender, but it's not nearly as bad as it was when you went to sleep. You slept for probably a good 6-7 hours, maybe. You feel refreshed. Looking around, it's completely dark. Liam has some serious blackout curtains all around his apartment. Like, the man lives in the shadows. But going for, like, when you lift up and everything, it does look like something's folded over, and you realize that somebody had covered you with a blanket.
I'm guessing there's no one around.
No, the apartment's empty.
Okay. And sit up and stretch.
All right.
On my phone.
Your phone is dead. You've kind of been running around. You've had a very lively, 36 hours. So,
Fair.
but you do realize that there are a new set of clothes laid out, and folded up, and it has what looks to be like a scroll of parchment rolled up on top of it.
I guess it's really not that strange, all things considered. Sit up on the couch and open the scroll up.
All right. I can read it, or I can send it to you in a message. It's up to you.
You can just read it.
All right. It says, "Daughter, sometimes even the god of poetry and knowledge fails to find the words to express pride and gratitude. The steps you take next will be the hardest. Your brother will need you most of all. Help him along his own path. He's more like a god than he knows. The stubborn boy. I love you both dearly. Oh. That's it.
Flip it over. I rolled up and put it aside for now, and I guess get changed.
All right.
Is there any? Is there any
sorry.
note? Is there like a note anywhere from anyone?
Wait. Adrian, did you guys leave a note when you left last game?
I don't think we did. The plan was to come back.
That bitch asleep. Let's go. So no, there's no note.
Okay.
You're not really sure when anybody left or anything, but you like getting changed into these clothes out of your blood-drenched other ones. You realize as you look down, you were wearing Liam's clothes.
Of course they fit.
Everybody was wearing Liam's clothes. So no, you're what are you doing?
I'm gonna see if I can find maybe there's a phone charger. I can plug my phone in so I can call my crappy friends who just bailed on me while I'm asleep.
Some shit was going down.
Can't leave a note.
Yeah, you can charge it up.
Alright.
You plug it in, it does a few things. Like after 2-3 minutes, it pops up saying that's coming. Pops on, goes to the startup screen, everything. Who would you like to call?
I call Liam.
So give me a second, because this is a little weird time frame wise. Yeah, so after about probably like 20-30 minutes, you probably hear Liam's phone go off.
Like, I hear it in the apartment.
No, Vaya does.
Vaya.
Okay.
I'll answer it. No harm in doing that. Hello?
Hello?
Look at the phone, make sure I call the right number. Is Liam there?
He's currently on the floor unconscious.
Great.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised by that. And you are?
Friend.
Okay, well, where is he unconscious so that I can come collect him?
I'm not 100% certain. We went through this club. They seem to know him. And I know where we're at, but I really don't know where we're at. It's really strange.
Can you get back to the club? I know where that is.
No, we're currently trapped behind a wall of rocks.
I'm going to go to the club, and I guess I will call you again, and maybe I can help you get out.
I look at the phone. What's the battery life on this thing look like?
25%.
Okay, we'll see how long the battery lasts down here. We went into some house, and your friend Liam, he seemed to know it.
So you went to the club, and then you went to a house.
Yeah, through an underground
Yeah.
area.
It's good enough. All right. We're going to hang up. Head to the
All right.
club.
Are you collecting anything? Are you looking around, rifling through anything?
I'm going to get my personal belongings.
All right, cool. So, as you're leaving, you walk out, you step foot outside, and you hear the familiar sound of automatic gunfire.
Like,
It's like a few blocks away. Like you would instantaneously, since you're used to being in Undercity and being around less savior types.
Yeah.
You automatically know it, and since you're a CI or you're used to working this,
Mm.
like you could probably, if you wanted to make a roll, you could probably pick out the type of gun it is. But it's probably like 2-3 blocks away.
Is it in the direction that I need to go?
I mean, generally, you could probably take like a 1 block detour and see what the hell's going on.
I'm gonna choose to go around it because I literally just got a note saying that I need to take care of my brother, and then I find out he is unconscious, buried in some unknown location with some strange woman. So yeah, I'm gonna say screw that and avoid the
Alright.
gunfire.
All right. Well, while you're making your way to the club, we're gonna go ahead to Adrian.
Is he the one being shot at?
All right. Well,
Adrian. So the last we left off with you, you stormed out of your Aunt Nancy's house.
yes, and she's currently sort of just walking around the city. What'd you call those glasses she put on? What'd you call them?
Oh, the my husband beats me shades.
Yeah, that messed up way of saying she's glad about that because now like you can't see like how big and puffy her eyes are right now. But she's sort of just walking around trying to forget she's there, which is really hard because she can hear everything.
Right. So as you're walking, you're walking up on one of the little I want to say like areas where people gather, like kind of like where the boutiques and everything pop up and that kind of stuff. There right now it looks to be like an art gallery, kind of sort of like there's different artists showcasing different kinds of things that they've drawn and everything. As you walk by, you would kind of notice that even though you can tell these are paintings, you can't see what's actually on the canvas. Like you can tell the differentiation between the level of brush strokes and how much paint's like if it's thicker in this area than it is now, but you can't tell the picture overall.
So I'm kind of losing the forest for the trees, basically.
Yeah.
All right, I can't. Can I try and like focus and see if I can like pull back my ultra sensitivity to that? Just because losing my ability to appreciate art would suck a lot.
Yeah, so like as you focus, like you're focusing, give me I really need a third screen, guys. This is bad.
Ultra wide screens.
I know, it's just boof. Give me a stamina plus. I'll let you pick the skill. What do you think would be appropriate for this test? Because we're largely making this birth rate up as we go.
That's true. I mean, I feel like it would be either culture or empathy. That would make the most sense, right?
Yeah. Let's go with empathy because this current artist puts a lot of emotion into their paintings. So
Right number. All right, 3 successes.
all right. So yeah, as you kind of pull back and you tilt your glasses down and you stare intently at this, and for the briefest second things just kind of come into focus and you slowly see like it looks like lenses are like kind of dropping in place in front of your eyes. First it like kind of comes into like a monochromatic view, and then you slowly see the vibrancy of the colors pull through, and as the full picture comes into view for you, you feel brutality, if there's a way to feel that, like strong aggressive hatred in this painting.
Like the the painting is like feeling the hatred, or like
No,
like the artist is trying to express some sort of hatred they have.
it somehow like you're not sure if it's from your new
Yeah.
godly vision or what, but viewing this, you feel like that aggressive hatred coming from this painting. Staring at it for a little bit longer, since you got more than one success, um, you realize that this person in this painting, it's Liam.
What I'm seeing Liam in this painting.
You're seeing Liam in this painting,
Is
and
is it like an abstract painting, or is it like a very like literally someone painted Liam?
it's someone literally painted Liam. He's knelt over a it looks to be an unconscious body. Um, you see like a pool of blood around his feet, and his shirt's torn, his arms kind of hanging out, and his hair. It looks like it's kind of like you're not sure if they purposely did this, but it looks like it's on fire. But and then he kind of looks. He's got this crazed look in his eye.
Is the artist around? Can I like try and flag down the artist of this painting?
Yeah, they're this younger gentleman that's kind of over to the side, just talking to people as they pass by, like, "Hey, would you like to look at this painting over here? Hey! I got this one's on sale. It's $15. You won't regret it."
Well, I'll go talk to him.
All right.
Say, hey, I was looking at your painting over here, the one with the guy. Could you talk to me about that real quick?
As he turns around, he sees, "Oh, oh, where did you come from?"
What?
Um,
What? What's the problem?
uh, Look, I'm sorry that I just, I saw you like
Hmm?
I I'm I'm really sorry. I didn't know that you were a real person. I thought that it was all just made up.
Wait,
I'm sorry.
what are you talking about?
I kind of I, I kind of painted you.
What?
Um
Where?
it like he'll take you over to the row behind the one you were looking at, Liam.
Uh-huh.
If you want to make a roll for me, you can go ahead and do that.
Same one?
Yeah.
Okay. That's only one success.
All right. So with one success, give me a second. With one success, you focus yourself enough to peel back, and it's you. From what you can tell, like same size, everything, and but you're holding one eye, and as you're holding your left eye, you can see it looks like blood is just kind of pouring down your chest, and you kind of look lost, but like you're like your feet like kind of like this, like your
Okay.
arms outstretched, your one hand's out, your other eye's closed. You can tell it's clearly you.
Uh, what? How did you? What? Did you see me in the paper or something? I
Uh,
know, like I had a picture going around or something.
so I mean, like, yeah, I saw it. Like everybody's seen the new Scions that came out. I mean, kind of hard to miss, but I see these things, and then look. I'm sorry. Like you can have the painting if you want. It's just I
I'm
sometimes
not.
I have dreams, and I have to get them out, and like I paint them, and like this is one of them. Like actually, this is most of them.
Good. Well, I saw that you also painted someone I knew over there. Uh,
Who was that?
the guy with the hair on fire.
Oh, I like to call him stubborn bastard.
That's true. That's him. So how much for these paintings? Did you say?
So that you can have this one. Like it's of you. I can't charge you personally for a portrait of yourself that I didn't have permission to make. So by all means, you can have it.
You
Can
you
choose to
didn't
take
you didn't even know I was real, and you worked hard on these paintings. I can tell. So
uh
I'd like to compensate you.
$15.
All right. She'll give him 100 for each one.
Yeah, he's kind of taken aback for a minute, and he kind of like looks at it. He's like,
Maybe
absolutely.
uh keep an eye on this ability of yours. What was your name?
My name is Michael.
Michael? I'm Adrian. It's good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Um,
Um, as you touch the painting, you kind of get this weird tingling sensation on the back of your neck.
oof.
Um, looking at them both side by side, they kind of look like they're in the same. They go together.
I try to put them together and see if I can.
It looks like they're missing a few bits of something else in between. I mean, you can. Do you want to look around, see if anything else might line up?
Yeah.
All right. While you're doing that, I'm gonna need you to give me several checks.
All right.
First off is going to be another stamina plus empathy check to see how well you can see the other paintings. 3 successes?
Yep.
All right. The other one is going to be a. Let's see. It's going to be a composure plus survival check.
Also 3 successes. That seems to be the number tonight.
Cool. All right. So you find two more paintings. They both kind of look similar. One is of uh, kind of like it looks like an over like a cast out shot. Like you can see somebody standing on top of like it looks like a massive pile of rubble. Like you see hands, you see bones, you see blood. It's very gory shot. Um, you can make out two other figures, but they're more lightly drawn in the picture. Um, this one just it's very center focused on the thing standing on top of the rubble. The secondary shot is of a body kind of hanging by a chain from a lamppost. Um, it's the body like the chain is looks like it's like wrapped around their shoulder, so they're just kind of hanging there with their hand up, and they're very like the body's just limp laying there.
Do I recognize either of the bodies?
They're both zoomed out very far. Like you just see these. They're
Hmm.
more to encompass the destruction that's around them.
So there's a bystander over there, all sorts of carnage around him. There's Liam right here holding a body, hair on fire. Life hanging from a lamppost. Adrian with a bloody eye. Is that about right?
That's about right. Are you gonna take all four of them?
Yeah. I'll
All right.
ask if it's okay if I can take them. I'm sure he'll say yes, but
Yep. He'll go to hand them to you. Um, as he hands you the other two, that tingling sensation on the back of your neck becomes like a full blown like we'll say migraine
mm,
that like envelops your whole head and like you kind of like your eye like you squint your eyes shut for a minute and then you open them and suddenly everything's kind of muted. It's like you just got hit by um a flashbang grenade. Everything's muted. You can see Liam 5 feet from you, standing over Astrid's body, looking angry. He's got something in his hand, you can't really tell what.
Mm-hmm.
You look up and you see the person hanging from the light pole is Vaya. Her chain arm just holding her suspended in air. She struggles fruitlessly to get down. Then you look over and you see yourself wandering in the darkness, just yelling. You can't really tell what you're yelling, but you know you're yelling something. On the top of this pile of rubble that stands in front of you is a body. It's more mechanized than anything, but they have this helmet on that's in the shape of like a jackal head. And then they don't just have 2 arms. They have 4.
Mm-hmm.
So as the 2 arms, regular come out, and they're just kind of looking at something, they have 2 more that come out from the underneath the armpit.
Mm-hmm.
And it swings around, and they're just kind of holding very, like, 2 weapons. One looks to be, I guess you would know it to be like a khopesh, and the other one looks to be a sickle.
Okay.
And all you can see all around you is utter destruction. And then you come back. But I'll let you think about that. We're gonna go back to Vaya. Vaya.
Yes.
So, as you are looking around, you or no, you're just moving rocks out of the way, right?
Yeah, for the moment. If something catches my eye, I would definitely look around, but for the most part, I'm just looking for a way out at this point.
All right. Yeah, you're moving rocks tirelessly. You're realizing that, before, you feel like you could have done this over the course of like a day and maybe cleared it, but you're making good progress, and you're not really sure why you know that, because you don't really have that many memories yet. Mm-hmm. But you feel like you're definitely being helped out by that the new gifts that you have.
Okay.
After the phone call, though, you're kind of sitting there with the woman on the other line saying that she's going to come collect her unconscious brother. You do notice, like, as you kind of stare off into space as she's talking, she's kind of like, well, yeah, whatever. You notice above the archway, you do catch a glimpse of something in a language that you do know.
Okay.
Would you like to focus on that? Like, so you can...
Yes.
So you can spend time making focus attempts on deciphering these tidbits that you understand, or you can keep on digging out.
I think I would try to focus on whatever I can understand at this point, because I know we came down here for a reason. Didn't quite understand what the reason was. We were a little rushed. Right. But I know we came down here for a reason, and this archway looks like a good place to start.
All right. So yeah, as you make me you can either make it occult or as academics plus intellect, or I'll let you choose the other 2, either cunning or resolve, whatever you want.
Ooh.
Because I feel like it would take a good combination of all to get.
Yeah. Let's do resolve an occult. She is very determined to figure out what these runes and symbols mean.
All right.
I have 2 successes.
All right. With 2 successes, you can start to kind of make stuff out. Utilizing Liam's phone, you kind of start typing down words that you know. Like all right, well, this one is chaos. This one means shadow or darkness. And that way you can try to formulate a sentence from what you know.
Okay.
You can make me 2 more rolls. And judging on what you get, we might have to make it a little longer, a little shorter.
Okay, same thing, resolve occult.
Yep.
1 success and another 2 successes.
All right. So over the course of, we're going to say like a half an hour, you realize that what you can see is it says, the first sentence you can make out is, when the 7 seals are broken, darkness born again shall rise.
Okay.
You can keep reading if you want. It's going to take more extended actions, so these are all over the course of time.
So I know she's coming. You know what? That doesn't sound great, so I'm going to go ahead and try to see if I can make any more of these runes out.
All right. Give me 2 more.
2 and 3.
All right. So with that one, I'll give you 2. 4 shrouded in shadow, one soul split twain will find resolve.
Okay. Does there seem to be any more?
Yeah, there's a few more lines.
We'll see if I can get any more of it then.
All right. Go ahead and make me 1 more.
I got no successes on that one.
All right. So I will say that his phone's starting to die.
Crap. Okay.
So, but you do know that this has a camera on it. You can take the pictures and decipher later.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely take some pictures of it quickly and then kind of turn the screen off just in case the girl on the other end of the line decides to call back.
All right. Which is great because the girl on the end of the line has reached the club. Astrid, what would you like to do?
Oh, what time of the day is it? I don't even.
Oh, it's night.
Okay.
It's like, we'll say it's like 7, 8-ish, because I feel like the sun just went down when Adrian had left her aunt's house, and probably took about an hour or so to walk. Oh, it is summer. Never mind. It's probably 9.
All right. I'm going to head into the club and start asking around if anyone had seen Liam or knew where he went. Obviously, I know where the club is, but I don't know anything about a house he would be familiar with. So,
the bartender would kind of lean over to you at one point, like, "You're looking for Lee?" Yeah, he came in here a little earlier, and he was asking. He's just keeping up tabs with everybody. Really, he's asking how everybody's doing. He said he was about to go into Undercity. God, what did he say? I hate to be rude, but sometimes it's just so hard to understand his accent. But I don't know. He just kind of went to Undercity. Good luck.
Can't give me a suggestion of what he might have said.
No.
Is there someone else here who may actually have some useful information?
He argued with the owner for a little bit. They're upstairs, so you can go try them, maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
All right.
Walk upstairs.
Just I own this motherfucker. So yeah, there are guards by the door. This is a club on both in Undercity and
Yeah, sure. Okay. And I'm gonna go walk up to him. You need to have a word with your boss for a second.
That's nice. You can call, make an appointment, and he can probably see you in the next few weeks.
I would like to roll for manipulation and subterfuge to convince them that he is expecting me.
All right, give me a roll.
Let's see. Okay.
Nothing.
I have one success.
All right.
One success.
So with one success, you kind of. Is there anything certain you would like to say?
I'm in the town now. I just wanted to drop by and have our conversation real quick, and then I'll be on my way.
I mean, he'll kind of look to his partner and be like, whatever. Doesn't really look that dangerous. And they like open the door and be like, all means he's in a bad mood.
We're gonna go in.
As you walk in, it's the same guy you've seen earlier that was arguing with Liam last time. He's kind of huddled over his desk, like counting things. You're not really sure what, but it's in a box, and he's just kind of like pushing it one to the side. He's like, God damn it.
I can clear my throat to get his attention.
Is he using an abacus?
He's using an abacus in a box.
Yes, he is. Oh, I don't know. Would you like to go over and check?
Not at the moment, no. Just go, what you doing?
Hey there, what you got? Yeah, I hear you. What do you want, you redheaded harlot?
Looking for Liam. Wondering if you knew where he went.
Hopefully you got them cement shoes he was looking for.
I can make it worth your while if you can at least point me in the direction of where he went.
Look, I don't pay for that. I'm in a happy relationship, and I don't need that kind of attention in my life.
I'm offering to pay you. I didn't realize you were that dense. With money.
Why would you think that I need money?
Who doesn't need money?
People who have thriving clubs don't need money.
Didn't realize you were so protective over Liam. Didn't seem like you were very fond of him last I saw. I'm just trying to find my brother.
Oh, you're related now. This is interesting. How about this? I'll make you a deal. You owe me one favor, And I will tell you exactly where Liam is right now.
Sure. Why not?
He'll suddenly spring out of his desk with way more pep in his step than you've seen earlier. And suddenly, as he comes towards you, you get a rush of cold air that surrounds you. And he puts his hand out. He's like, "So we have a deal."
Mm-mm.
It's just one favor.
This is some face shit. I don't like it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. It's a good role to kind of get a feel for what the hell he's
So
how sinister he is.
you can give me an empathy plus give me an empathy plus resolve roll.
That's not gonna go well. I got shit for empathy. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
2 successes.
All right. With 2 successes, you think this guy is pretty upstanding. You, with looking at him and how jovial he looks at this precipitation of a deal, he looks like he will give you whatever you want.
I'm not worried about getting what I want. I'm worried what he's gonna ask for in return.
It's just a favor.
Yeah.
Just a favor.
Favor could be help me move or hide this body.
But you feel that it will be okay. You feel
All right.
you feel good about this. You feel good.
All right, I'll hold my hand up to shake his hand.
All
It's a deal.
right.
Don't ask for my firstborn.
He clasps your hand and he pulls you in tightly. Like his face leans against yours and he's like, "I'm so glad." And he kind of gets these black veins that run up from his neck to his eyes, which then just kind of flash all black. The room, really quick, when you walked in, it was very vibrant. It was very lively. It had accoutrements, lavish things like couches, like gold filigree on the wall. But as his eyes flashed black, the whole room was kind of turned decrepit and run down. He pulls you in, his free hand reaches up behind your neck and he kind of presses his forehead to yours. And you get a sight of where Liam is. You see the woman with him, covered in rubble. And you follow this view path out. You see the exact pathway they walked to get where they're at. Through this beautiful courtyard. Looks like it was evacuated very quickly. You recognize it though. As you're walking, like being pulled through this path in this vision. This is the Mistress of Flesh's manor. And as he releases you, he's like, "Make sure not to die now." And he boops your nose. He's like, "I'll come back for my favor." And then he kind of sits on his desk. And as he sits on his desk, props his leg up. And he pulls his box out. And he puts his hand down into the box. When he pulls it up, what he's counting isn't abacus beads. It's eyeballs. It's like 1, 2. This one's my favorite. It's blue. 3, 4. You have 2 days and I expect you to be back here. I'll collect my fee from you then. Have fun, Astrid.
I'm gonna go. So I will jump out of the frying pan and into the fire and go back to the Mistress of Flesh's mansion thing. Yay. I hope she's not there.
When in the vision, it kind of looked the place looked abandoned. Honestly, I'm so happy that you said yes.
Gotta do what I gotta do.
So, yeah, we're gonna flash back over to Adrian.
Woo!
Oh,
So first and foremost, she's gonna ask the kid if he like shows up here all the time because prophetic art is probably pretty useful.
yeah. I come here probably about once a week, sometimes
Oh.
twice. Depends on how many art pieces I sell or how many I make.
Well, I need to go see some friends about a horse. But
Your instincts tell you to duck. By the
I
way.
duck.
All right.
I also grab him. I also grab him and duck.
Yeah, the familiar sound of gunfire
Oh,
rings
Jesus.
out, and you kind of you pull the kid down as well, and just you kind of like peek up. You're seeing people get mowed down. This was a busy area, and these people are going down. What are you doing?
What am I doing? Shit. Well, can I like peek up and see who's doing a mass murder?
Yeah. You don't even need to make a roll.
Cool.
It's very apparent. There are 2 assault rifles pointed out of the side of a familiar-looking, unmarked SUV with very dark tinted windows.
Of course there is. Okay. Well, I'm gonna just tell this kid to book it. Maybe go down the alleyway nearby or something. Because I'm pretty sure I know who they're looking for right now. But Adrian's gonna stand up and head towards him.
All right. Yeah, as you're kind of standing up and walking towards these 2 guns that are firing out of the side of this vehicle. Give me a let's see. So this roll is to see if your birthright will allow you to see like the trajectory of where they're currently pointing their guns.
Right. So I can
Move out of the way.
Right. Okay.
So I'm gonna say 1 is going to be a resolve roll. You can pick the skill.
Well, what would it be? It would be. It would make sense if it were either. I guess firearms or empathy, right?
I'll give you firearms because you are dealing with a firearm right now.
Cool.
I will also give you a +1 enhancement because these are the same people that you dealt with earlier.
Gotcha. So I got 2 successes on the roll, which means I get 3 total with the enhancement.
Right.
So as they're shooting me, or shooting, I guess, in the crowd, I don't even know if they've noticed me yet. I'm gonna try and just get their attention, and then just try and shoo as many people away as possible, and like as the stunt, because I got a whole bunch of success.
Right. Sure. Describe how you would like to do that. Like, remember, you are now a Scion, so you have innate abilities to do things. Like, pretty much, if it's not like you can do whatever you want. If it's not too off the wall, you can do it.
All right. Well, first of all, she'll just shout, like all of her other senses got increased, so maybe her voice got increased too, and she just shouts, "Out of my way!" and then just compels all the people to just move out of her way, and like give the dude a person to look at, and then she's gonna jump up on a car that's been left idle because people are running, and then just try and get to the front of whatever procession of cars there are.
All right. Yeah.
Can I also do my Master of the World, or is that next round?
It'd be next round because we technically are in combat right now.
Okay.
So they are now focused pinpoint on you.
Mm.
What's your defense?
I can't remember. Which one is it?
I think it is the highest of your physical attributes.
The highest of my physical?
Yeah.
That would be a 5.
Oh, look at you. Why the hell did you get a 5?
Because I'm a Scion. They get stupid amounts of points for everything.
I know, right? Alright. So, minus 5. You lucky. Give you that.
Yeah, fine.
Alright. So I roll like shit tonight. So they swing around and they're just like pick it up and just firing right at you. Somehow, as you're just casually walking in a straight ass path, these bullets are flying everywhere but at you. You can now. It's now your go.
All right, Master of the World, yay!
All
right. Complication on their end. It's sundown right now. It's dusk. So as they turn to look at Adrian walking down the road, the street and sun are just oriented perfectly that it's right behind her. So it's really difficult for them to see her. She also gets to, like, because people were just like getting out of their cars and running, she finds one with just the key in it. And she finds a brick.
I love where this is going. All right. Master of random objects.
Yay! I mean, it makes sense, right?
Let me know how you're utilizing these.
She is going to put the brick on the accelerator of the car and then shift it out of park and aim it at their vehicle. And
right.
the sun is at her back, so it'll be more difficult for them to see it coming.
All right, so we're gonna say that's gonna take your next action. You can use the rest of this action to kind of start getting it out going.
Right.
But they are going to get one more shot at you.
Go right ahead. Better kill me.
One dice right now, so.
Fantastic.
No for the first
shot?
one.
All right. Am I dead yet?
You do get winged.
No! So
it's just bruised.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You take it and you're like, All right. Go ahead. Describe to me how this is playing out, because right now you have a straight shot to run this car directly into these people.
So the way she does it, uh, I mean, basically, as I described, she puts the brick on the accelerator, and she sort of just aims the vehicle. That's probably when she got winged, and she's like, "Okay, that's fine." And like after just deciding like which trajectory was right, just shifts it out of neutral into drive, and just immediately gets out and dies behind cover.
All right. So as you do that, let's see what happens. The whole ass car. So
It does get 2 enhancements too, because I put 2 of them from Master of Worlds, and they get a complication.
I mean, so a whole car coming out is a pretty big complication.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Pretty complicated, I'd say.
All right. So, as you dive into cover, you kind of like roll around, roll over, pop up just in time to see. They try to dive out of the way. They do. They both try to dive the same way. The one on the outside gets his leg caught, and it gets pinned right to the side of the SUV. This thing hits, and it hits hard. Like it got up to probably a good 50, 60 miles an hour.
Right.
The other person, not so lucky. As they dove in the same way, but their head was at the other guy's calf.
Oh.
So this car just full on bodied him.
Great.
He's not gonna get up.
You love to see it. All right. Is that the end of combat? Can I just, or?
I mean, you can. What are you doing now? You don't know who's left in the SUV or whatnot, but it looks to be pretty done.
Okay.
You might have the upper hand if you run up on them now.
All right. Yeah, she's gonna run up on the. Well, I assume the dead one just got taken by the car. She's gonna run up on the one that's injured and just grab that gun.
All right. You take it with it.
Is he still alive and conscious?
He's alive. He's unconscious.
All right. Then she's gonna turn to the vehicle, and with that same shouting voice, just bellow, "Show yourself!" at whoever might still be in the vehicle.
All right. You see the trunk open, and you hear just a pounding sound on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You're not really sure what. But then over top of the SUV, you see a shoulder clear. And then you see a head.
Oh no. Whose head?
It's got a jackal helmet on it.
I don't like that.
And it slowly turns over and looks at you. The face is blank. It's very mechanical. But it puts its hand on the trunk. And as you would think it would just shut it, it rips the door off. It doesn't say anything, but I need you to make me a resolve roll to see if you piss yourself.
Just resolve?
Just resolve.
Ooh, boy howdy. Can I just do one of them? One success.
All right. With one success, you managed not to relieve yourself right now.
Fantastic.
And you keep the presence of mind to realize that you do have a gun.
Yep.
And you are able to run.
Yep.
This thing is terrifying. Especially because you've seen it in one of these paintings. What would you like to do?
Opposite direction, gun behind back, and just bop, 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 bop.
All right. So as you're running, you're kind of backtracking at first, and you just kind of turn around and you're firing. You do realize it is still an assault rifle in your hand, and you can't really fire it one-handedly. So you're kind of just all over the place. Let's see if you hit anybody.
Almost certainly not. Oh, anybody. Okay. There's still people.
No. This is a city, Jacob. There are people in homes around here. People live here and shit.
Well, that's their fault, I guess. I don't know.
Well,
Been a Scion for a day. He's always so jaded to human lives.
3. You hit 3 people.
But
you're not really sure where, but you hear cries come out. But you can't busy yourself with that right now. You got other problems. Do you look back?
Yeah, I gotta.
It's watching you go. It's not really doing much, but it's watching you go.
Okay. Well, first chance she gets, she's ducking down a alleyway and booking it.
All right. As you go to turn into that alleyway, give me a dexterity plus athletics roll.
That would be 3 successes, but I do want to say that I apparently rolled 3 ones as well.
All right. Well, you got successes, so it doesn't really it doesn't count. So as you turn to go in this alleyway, the SUV crashes in front of it.
The one that
it was standing next to. It crashes right in front of it. It takes out a good chunk of the building that it crashes into, but you were able to roll out of the way.
So,
but while you're dealing with that, we're gonna go back to Vaya and Astrid.
Oh no!
All right. So, ladies, what are you doing?
Well, I am unhappy about having to go back to the Mistress of Flesh's home, abandoned or otherwise. Things like they have a great time, my last visit. But I'm going to follow the vision that I saw.
All right. Yeah, it's very empty as you're walking. Not really much going on. You do see it looks like it was evacuated angrily and in a hurry. There are things just blatantly destroyed. You would think that it was one of those cases. Oh, well, if we can't take it with us, we're not going to let looters have it either. So they smashed it on their way out.
Okay.
Vaya, on the other hand, while you were waiting and made your rolls, you got how many successes did you get?
Total?
Yeah.
10 successes total.
All right. So you, throughout the waiting, you kind of break down everything it said. I'll read it from the top. When the 7 seals are broken, darkness born again shall rise. 4 shrouded in shadow, 1 soul split in twain, will find resolve. Muted senses, unseen, will wander lost. splinter of death lay at the feet of purpose broken. The rest is kind of illegible. It says something about holy, desecration, blood or fluid. You're not really sure what. Bodily fluid, blood. You're not really sure. And then you can barely make out the words or the word which you think might be Kami. Kami.
And what was the last line again?
The last line is splinter of death lay at the feet of purpose broken.
Okay. If I have time, I would go see if there's any, like, what happens when I touch the 2 unactivated stones and see if they do anything when I touch them.
Nothing. It's very cool to the touch. They're kind of they're just like, I guess, even though it's warmer down here, it's not like cooking or anything. They're kind of just cold. They're not like freezing cold like your hand puts off, but they are like just cooler
To the touch.
Yeah.
If I try to push any of the cold into that from like touching it, does anything happen? Does it retain the cold or does it like stay the same temperature?
So you're trying to utilize your birthright to
Yes, to see if I can actually interact with it at all.
Give me a stamina plus it's gonna be a double attribute check. Give me a stamina plus resolve.
Stamina plus resolve. So I got 1 success.
All right. With your hand on the pillar, you're kind of forcing this cold that you carry with you now into the pillar. It absorbs it at first, but then it starts to sting your hand. You don't take any damage from it because you succeeded, but you do pull your hand away. It doesn't look like the temperature's changed or that it was scathed at all, but it definitely gave it back to you in probably like good order once you put it into it.
Okay. And that was one of the ones that were active or non-active?
That was one of the non-active ones.
Okay, what happens if I go and touch one of the ones that is active?
Give me another stamina plus resolve roll. This one's going to be with a complication if you fail.
Okay. I got 1 success again.
All right. So as you go ahead and you put it in, you're forcing that cold into it again. You do see the pillar start to frost over. For a minute, it looks like the full pillar takes on an aura of like frost. It's all encompassing, and then it's gone. It doesn't shock you or anything. It just kind of takes what you gave it.
Does the portal area, does anything happen like a transfer to like the portal of energy? Okay.
I will say through all your successes that you've gotten through your cumulative time spent down here, that you do notice that there are corresponding runes. The ones that are lit up on the pillars are the same runes that are lit up on the portal, like the portal, the archway.
Okay, are all the runes lit up? Like, is there any ones that aren't lit up either on the portal or the ones on the unlit pillars?
Yeah, the ones that are on the unlit pillars are the same ones that are not lit up on the archway.
Okay. Can I do an occult I don't know, an occult something check to see if like I've heard of or know of some kind of, with the information I have from, from the, I guess the script that I've I've read through and I understand, and through, just what I'm seeing, if there's anything I've known of for that.
Like from what you read?
Yeah, from what I've read or heard or researched.
All right, so this is gonna be a rough one since you technically have amnesia right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, to see if I can recall anything. Like, because obviously I'm understanding this language, so somehow I've known these things.
Give me a culture plus resolve roll.
Okay. No successes.
All right. As you're waiting for the other person to show up to help you with Liam, you kind of you're thinking on it and you're trying. You're pushing your limits. You can tell on trying to pull this information out of your brain because your nose starts to bleed.
Okay. I will wipe away the blood and note that that's a very interesting side effect. And start going back to see if I can remove any more of the rubble.
All right, yeah. Go ahead and start moving it. You don't have to make a roll or anything. Astrid, are you doing anything special as you're walking through the building, or are you just heading straight to the path?
I will have drawn my pistol, kind of keeping at the low ready as I'm making my way through carefully. It's clearly some shit went down, and just because it looks empty doesn't mean that it is. But for the most part, making a direct line.
Right. So there's really nothing going on. Like I said, it's completely empty. The path that the vision showed you was true to exactly what you saw. This is exact. You can tell, like, coming down here, like, you see the rubble and everything where the it looks like the door caved in and everything. It doesn't look to be that bad on this side. It looks like it mostly all just kind of fell and like piled up on that side. So it shouldn't be that bad to like try and maneuver some of the top ones out to maybe make a path to help get the person and Liam's body out.
Right, well, I'm gonna climb up and start moving some rocks.
All right. Vaya, you hear that somebody is there on the other side.
And she hasn't called me back yet? Okay.
You called her?
So I would probably pull Liam's body back away and try to like hide it as much as I could. And then I myself would hide in pretty much the same position that the other person was that came in when we came in.
All right.
Trying to remain unseen.
You don't even have to make a roll for it. I'm gonna say that you're pretty adept at making yourself invisible.
Okay.
Just on muscle memory, you're able to do it. Especially seeing how the person did that walked out behind the archway did it earlier. So you're just gonna let Astrid do all the lifting.
I don't know who's coming through that door. There's no way.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
It's just, where does goddamn help go?
I'm sorry, I've been working on it, but now someone's trying to come through. I've been shot at. I've got my fingers ripped out. I've had a long day. Not quite trusting right now.
All right, that's a good point. That's a good point. So yeah, as you're digging through Astrid, it takes you maybe 10-15 minutes to make a suitable opening to where you can probably crawl through. As you kind of push the rocks out of the way, you look over, look on to the other side. You can't see anybody.
Is it lit?
Yeah, it's pretty well lit.
Okay.
It looks like it's lit from like, not from an overhead light. It looks like
Mhm.
it's lit from like side panels.
I'm kind of like look around, pull my phone out, and it's close to being dead because I only could charge it for 5 seconds. I'll call Liam's phone again, and more so listen for his phone ringing rather than with it to my ear.
Yeah, I mean, it would be. Did you take Liam's body and hide it with you?
Yeah, it's hiding close by me.
All right. Yeah, so you hear it. It's ringing somewhere in there.
I will lean down and like touch the answer key, but not say anything.
Hello? Anyone?
I will walk out from behind the archway and go, you could have called earlier.
It was kind of an eventful time getting here, so I rushed.
I'll hit the hang up button on his phone.
I'm gonna push some more roll out of the way to make it a little
I'll
easier
help her.
to pass through.
All right. Yeah, so you see this archway, you see the runes lit up, you also see the pillars in the back as you go to help collect Liam and everything. Is there anything that you wanted to do, Astrid, regarding these, or?
Could you just give me a quick description of the room?
So it is a circular chamber with a square room offshoot that has 3 pillars on each side with one central one in the middle. And 5 of the 7 pillars are lit up with a soft glow, red glow. Everything's made out of obsidian, or what looks to be obsidian, except for the walls. The walls kind of are just like regular granite with like where the slabs of granite are kind of met up with each other. Instead of there being grout or anything, it looks like there's just lights that are in between, so they're kind of shining out. And yeah, that's the look of it.
And there's runes somewhere?
Yeah, there's runes on the archway, and there's also, it looks to be like an engraved circle around, but you can't really make any of that out around the archway. And there's also runes on each one of the pillars that correspond to either the ones that are lit up or the ones that aren't on the archway.
I'm mostly gonna kind of glance around the room and then go check on Liam just to look him over, see how damaged. What?
Oh, he did. I was just playing. He's fine.
Just unconscious.
It looks like he took a fall, hit his head, and I mean, you should probably try to wake him up, but you got other things to deal with at this point.
This is his 3rd concussion in the past 2 days.
It is, but he's a fighter, so he's used to this kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. Who are you?
I kind of look at her and I go, I'm pretty sure my name's Vaya.
The question?
Don't ask. Long story.
All right. Well, I'm Astrid. I'm his twin sister, apparently. Let's get him out of here. Just gonna poke him
Sounds
up.
good. By the way, that means you guys have the same dad, right?
Yeah.
Okay, your dad sent him down here for something. No clue what, but that's the reason we came here.
Man's insufferable. All right. Well, we should get him out of here. He needs to stop getting knocked unconscious, even though he is half god. It can't be good for his brain. So
Sounds good to me. I will help move anything and help get Liam out with as little physical damage to him as possible.
All right. I mean, I could be really mean and make you guys make rolls to get him out and see how bad you damage him. But I'm not going to, because Adrian's bringing a party. No, you guys get him out. It's fine. Do you Vaya tell Astrid anything about the translation of the runes?
I don't know her, and I don't know who to trust at this point. So no.
All right.
well, could you fill me in
Answer
on
a
what
question.
happened?
So I jumped in a car being shot at that your brother was driving. We managed to get away from it, but him and the girl he was with, they got in some kind of altercation, tried to not pay attention to it. She ended up getting out. We ended up coming here.
And how did you get caved in?
Someone caved it in on us. They were hiding behind the archway in much the same position I was in, and they left saying that they were waiting on us here. Obviously, it was meant to trap us, and chaos ensued.
By the way, Astrid, you do see the Trans Am sitting outside.
I have a theory. I have a
Say
theory
again?
I would like to test.
He drove it through the nightclub.
No, he didn't, but it is there.
Gotcha.
Well, let's see if this wireless key works while he's unconscious.
There
Walk
is
up to
no
the car.
key.
Well, I meant like he is the key. So
Right. I got it. You're funny. So it doesn't open at first. When you get him closer, the door does open.
We're walking through the Undercity. Is it possible for me to pick up a set of throwing knives?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a roll.
Like, I am looking for new knives. I don't know why I'm looking for new knives, but I do not feel right without them.
Give me a roll for culture plus presence.
Ooh, that could be interesting. Okay, I will most likely fail this one. Yes, I did. I find nothing.
As you're walking through the Undercity or walking to the Trans Am, these all seem like pretty upstanding people. None of these people are going to have throwing knives.
Drats.
You're better off checking some seedier places in the Undercity.
Yeah,
no. You couldn't find anything.
Okay.
Astrid, are you going to try to drive the Trans Am?
yes, I'm gonna lay Liam down in the back seat. I'm getting the driver's seat and like I'm not turning it on because I'm not. There's no key. There's no button. I'm assuming.
No, there's not. Give me a intellect plus composure roll, please.
1 success.
All right. With 1 success, you you find a button. It's like on the inside of the center console. So you reach your hand down there and you just kind of press it in, and the Trans Am roars to life. Now, this is the fun part.
Oh no.
Does everybody have their seatbelts on?
Vaya, are you in the car?
I don't know. Am I? Sure. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm in the car.
So
Sure.
give me a dexterity plus pilot roll. You do have a. This is Liam, by the way. He designed this birthright. You do have a complication of 3 for this roll.
Well, my dexterity is really high, but I don't drive, so.
Maybe I don't want to be in the car.
Yeah, I got 1 success.
All right. So you're getting the car to go very slowly. You're pretty sure that if you touch the gas pedal with anything other than your big toe, that you will careen you and Vaya into the side of a building, because even going at 15 miles an hour, this thing handles like it's made of trampolines.
I'm gonna put the flashers on.
Oh my god.
I'm going to look over at Astrid. Would it just be better to walk?
I mean, we have to carry him. Sure, I feel like we go in the same pace, and this might be slightly safer because we're prone to getting shot at.
Just put his body behind the wheel and see if like the unconscious takes over and just goes,
It's not a weekend at Bernie's. I can have him drive.
oh, goodness.
You know what? I got an idea. Is
All ears.
there happen to be a phone charger in his car? So wait for me
This is like a 1979 Trans Am.
Okay, so no. Is there any
Well,
battery
ask her
left?
to let me out for a second.
Can you pull a car over? Just pull over. I'm
Pull over
done.
for a second.
Yeah.
Press the brake with my big toe as well.
It's like driving a warthog in Halo 1.
I will run back to the club, and I want to see if I can find any traces of the thing that came out of the portal when we left. I have something, when pursuing a target, you don't face any increases to tracking down your target. The worried hound, essentially. I gain an enhancement to keep up with him, and yeah, to hunt him down. I want to see if I can actually find out where he went, because obviously he's connected to this in some way.
So you're trying to
Track him.
Track the guy. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there a role associated with it, like for tracking that it gives you?
Precision survival.
Sure. What is precision?
I don't know. Precision is survival. It's actually 2 skills. I'm reading through. Hold on just one second. It doesn't give me one in the description. No.
All right, give me
that I should use.
Give me survival plus. You can pick the attribute that you feel like it would be associated with.
Ooh, probably resolve or cunning.
Give me a cunning since you're not like you're. I feel like resolve is more of a.
More of a concentration.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I got no successes. I don't find anything.
All right. Did you get a 1?
Yes, actually I did.
You're in the club, right?
Outside of it, yes.
Well, I'm gonna let everybody know there is the momentum pool is full at this point. Astrid, you're pulling up. As you're kind of looking around, one of the bouncers is like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
To me or Astrid?
To you, to
Okay.
Vaya.
I turn around and I go, nothing.
Doesn't look like nothing. Looks like a whole lot of something.
You know, I was just looking for something I lost.
Yeah. Well, look somewhere else.
Can do.
He kind of sits there, and they have their eyes on you now. Like they're watching. Astrid, as you kind of roll up, going your 15 miles an hour with the flashers on. This is the worst. Knocked out Liam in the back. Is there anything you would like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of. I'm gonna park slowly.
And somehow
and
you
I'm gonna-
still hit your head in the steering wheel while you're just stuck.
I'm going to see if I can call a taxi. Uber, something.
Yeah, you can, but they're only come on the other side of the club.
Okay. Well, Vaya, could you give me a hand with him? Our very
Sure.
drunk friend who passed out after a few too many.
Sure, I can help with him. I make sure I'm really careful about touching. Almost always using like the palm of my hand and never like my fingertips.
Oops, there goes his arm.
Right. That's probably,
Exactly.
that's probably for the best. I technically should make you roll for all of this. No,
Yeah,
like you guys,
I'm still learning how to control this.
You guys pull him through. The bouncers know who Liam is, so they open the doors for you as he's coming. He is a friend of these people, like, and they kind of look concerned for him, but they realize you're taking him out of Undercity. If anything was wrong, you'd probably be taking him into Undercity. So they kind of open the doors for you and let you guys in.
Okay.
So we're just gonna move through the club, and I'm gonna kind of keep an eye out for his boss, whatever
Yeah.
he is.
Are you? That's
I'm
great.
not-
Give
I'm not
me
looking-
give me a resolve plus composure roll. Because you made a deal now. While you're doing that, keep in mind what you rolled. Adrian,
Yeah.
where are you at?
I got no
So-
successes with a one.
This
Shame on you.
this jackal-headed dude just threw a car at me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, she's gonna open up one of the doors of the SUV, jump in, open the door of the other side, keep running down that alleyway. Cool. All right.
All right. Yeah, you can go for it.
So and this place is near Liam's house, right?
You're actually headed in the direction of the club.
Of the club. I don't know if she's ever been to the club.
Yeah.
You
We went through it to get to the Undercity
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
forever
Okay.
ago.
So yeah, that's where she'd want to go anyway, is the Undercity, because
Right.
he can mow down a bunch of innocent people, but everyone down there has weapons. But yeah, she's gonna start heading towards the club to get to the Undercity.
All right. As you are running in, you come up to the club. Like, it's been like you're booking it for a good 5 minutes. It's not following you anymore, or if it is, it's lost interest.
It threw an SUV at me. I'm not running.
All right. You run all the way to the club. There's a line around the building. Are you gonna go wait?
No, she just walks in. If the bouncer tries to stop her, she's just gonna duck and weave past him and just go right on in.
You people. All right. As you walk in, the bouncer's like, "Hey, ma'am.
Duck and weave.
This- I don't get paid enough. I'm going to take 2 momentum from you for that.
Sure. I can roll if you want me to do that instead.
Let's see.
Or unless you want to like take 2 momentum from the one the Astrid just got.
Yeah, we'll even out because you had a full one. You had full up on momentum, and since dearest Astrid just rolled a 1, things are gonna get interesting. Yeah, you get in. It's fine. Like, the bouncer doesn't come after. It's like, whatever.
Just curious, is Adrian still like wearing a
No, she has
blindfold?
really big, like wide rim, like circular dark sun.
Like, it comes down to her upper lip. Like,
Okay.
this is the size of her glasses right now. Just
I don't know about that big, but you know what? That's fine. Also,
like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
she is also wearing Liam's clothes.
Yeah, so you both, like, there's 3 people here wearing something from the same wardrobe, and they're all the same thing.
So wouldn't Adrian be like sticking very far out of Liam's clothes? Like, aren't you like super tall?
Yeah, how tall is Liam? Is he a manlet? Is he like really short?
He's like 5'8".
A manlet.
A manlet? What the hell is a manlet?
A short dude who's beefy.
I'm engaged to a manlet. I love it.
I didn't want to say anything, but yes, exactly that. But yeah, how tall is he?
I think Liam is like 6 foot. Let me.
Okay,
I think
so
it might be on his character sheet. Check it.
So
I was just curious, just for
Visual.
Visual.
It actually fits her like perfectly. She's about the same size.
Okay.
But she is bleeding from her right arm and looks very distraught, you assume, because her face is being obscured by 2 giant sunglasses lenses.
Yeah, so as Adrian, as you walk in, like everything kind of like slows down. Like the music for some reason gets quieter, and like you're in a rush right now. You're kind of in panic mode, and you fail to read the room, and you're just kind of rushing towards, and you don't see Vaya and Astrid as you're running by them. But you do hear the Astrid, as Liam Boss says from the top floor. I'm so glad you found my Liam. Everything gets eerily quiet. The music is gone. You guys are kind of turning around. Like, everybody give me a resolve plus composure roll.
Just curious, what is everyone else in the club doing? Are they just like,
You're about to find out.
oh, okay. I got 1 success.
All right. So, Ashley, you'll realize as you're looking around, this dance floor was packed when you guys came in. Packed. Like, you couldn't move in here. You were struggling to pull Liam's unconscious body through here. And now the people are disappearing. They're just vanishing. One after the other. And it's in no sensical order. They're just kind of fading out of view. Adrian and Astrid, you guys kind of realize that your sight is trained on the gentleman upstairs, so you're not really paying too much of attention of what's going on around you. But Vaya, after a while, you realize that the only people left are the bouncers and the bartenders.
She'll look around. That's not freaking normal. And she will try to, I guess, allow the chain to come out. She wants a weapon in hand.
Right. I mean, your hands are weapons. So.
Yes, but...
I got you.
Yeah.
No dice.
No dice.
It's
okay.
It's with your extra successes you got, or the 1 extra success you got. You realize that this area is different, just on a base level than what you've been in so far. Like outside in Undercity and in Eden proper, you know, it was different. It felt normal. And now that you're here and you're thinking about it, this area, this whole club, just it feels off. It feels wrong. You're not able to place it, but it's just that feeling of just something's not right.
Okay, so I can't draw that. My knives don't come out. Nothing. Okay.
Nothing.
I look at Astrid, and I'm assuming I see Aiden as well. Adrian, sorry. I tell her and I yell at her that we need to get the hell out of here.
I'm so glad that you think you can leave, but I guess that's part of the game. And then he'll blip down, just in a blink. He's in front of the door that you guys would need to leave from. You see, Astrid, we had a deal. And I'm feeling like I need a favor.
I thought I had 2 days.
Well, you're here now. Why not let me call it in?
Let them go. Let them take Liam.
That's not part of the deal.
What?
The deal only involved me.
Exactly. But you're here, and you happen to have brought some friends, so we're all here, and we're all gonna have a great time.
1 second. What is going on? because I got my own catastrophe I need to explain, but this seems to be taking precedence.
Do I recognize him at all?
This guy, you can actually, yeah, Vaya, give me give me an occult plus resolve roll.
Okay.
Adrian, what was your question?
What?
What's going on?
Yeah, that one.
Astrid, are you trying to do anything?
I'm just trying. They're not part of this. Our deal was between us.
He'll snap and your mouth is gone. It's like, oh, what you see here, Miss Phelps, is... He'll gesture and a stool will slide across from the bar to where you're standing. Is me and Astrid had a deal. And part of that deal was she would come back to me within 2 days to allow me to acquire my favor. And well, here she is. It's within the 2 days. So, I'm calling in my favor.
Okay. Can she have her mouth back though? Because that's actually kind of freaking me out.
It depends. Are you going to behave yourself? Daughter of Ogma?
He's gonna nod.
It'll snap and your mouth is back.
Reluctantly.
Ashley, with your success, you know this guy. You took jobs from this guy before.
I'll look at him. I'll go, you look really familiar. Where do I know you from?
Here and there.
Did you assign... Never mind. Probably not you. What happened to have a couple sets of throwing knives around here? Would you?
We can bargain for that, something like that a little bit later. And he'll he'll wave his arm, and suddenly the club that you were in is now a decorated room. There's 2 couches on either side. Gauche couches. Like, these are red velvet with gold piping on the sides, and the claw feet, high back, and a ornate table with a chess set with pieces you can't really make out what they are. They kind of just wiggle and move on their own. And he sits down on one couch and he kind of gestures. He's like, please, my guest, come sit with me. Talk.
Lay Liam down on one of the couches.
He'll just move, like, flick his wrist, and Liam, like, falls on the floor. It's like, my guest will sit and talk. Liam is asleep. He can rest on the floor like the dog he is.
I'm gonna at least take my coat off and put it underneath Liam's head.
What happened to?
And sit down.
Why is he adept? What? You know what?
Vaya actually will go sit next to this gentleman.
Oh, she's doing the thing again. Adrian's already looking for like exits. Like,
There's no doors in this room.
okay, I guess we're riding this one out.
All right. The hell do you want?
I want information, Astrid. You see, I need to know about your father.
That makes 2 of us.
But you know about him already. You know his weaknesses, the ins and outs of how his mind works. Right? That's a daughter's job, to know these things.
I didn't know I was his daughter up until what, 24 hours ago.
You know, Astrid, I don't like a liar. All Scions know they're different from birth, whether you like to accept it or not.
Regardless of that, I did not know that he specifically was my father until about 24, 48 hours ago. Everything's been a blur, so my timing may be a little off. But I know his name. I know what he looks like or how he appears to me as. And that he is both mine and Liam's father. That is the extent of my knowledge on him.
Miss Phelps, what would you like to say?
Why am I here? I just wanted to go to the Undercity. That's it. And I guess find these two.
You found them.
Yeah, sure.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now we're all here.
Okay. I just met you, so there's literally no way I could owe you anything. So I don't know what you're asking me.
Fair. If you would like, I can let you out. You can stand outside. And you can wait.
I mean, I'm kind of worried about my friends too, though, is the thing, because you seem like a shady type. Yeah, so, by the way, what do I see when I look at this guy?
Oh, right now he just kind of looks like he's real dapper looking, honestly. Before, when he was talking from the balcony, he was kind of in jeans and a t-shirt. Now he's in dress pants, a white button-up shirt with a vest on, his sleeves kind of quarter way rolled up. His hair's done real nice. He looks real nice right now.
Right. I just, seems like you're kind of trying to take advantage of us. And I'd rather not that happen, because that's basically all people have been doing since, for like a couple weeks now. And I'm getting kind of tired of it.
I understand.
Do you?
Your worries are noted. But, as I said, I can let you out and you can wait outside, but me and Miss Astrid here, we're working out our deal. Isn't that right, Astrid?
So why'd you talk to me?
Because you had a question.
I didn't. You just looked at me and said, "Hey, you got anything to say?" And I said, "No." Why are we here? Why? What is happening right now? What can we just cut to the chase? I know you asked about.
I needed help finding Liam. He told me where to find him in exchange for a favor. He's just calling it in early to be difficult, apparently.
And she just said she doesn't know anything about Agma. I don't know.
The price is information. You give me something. Any information you have on what's been happening in this city, and we'll go from there.
Do I trust this guy? Do I instinctively trust this guy?
Implicitly. Like, you kind of have a thing for him. Like, not even just a work thing. Like, you're feeling him on a base level. You're like,
Okay. I go like this. Does anything happen to my hands? Does my knives appear in this area, or is it still dampened?
Nope, it's just
Okay.
meat puppets.
Got it. Okay.
I'm trying to think of anything that happened that would be worth telling about. There's been so much in real world time because my memory is foggy.
I was. Never mind. Go ahead. I can't. I'm like, I want to tell you.
How about an exchange of possible information?
Oh. He'll kind of turn his head towards Vaya. And you would offer this information on Astrid's behalf?
I would.
Very well. What information do you have?
In the Undercity, where we went to the manor, me and Liam went to a chamber. Inside this chamber was, and I will explain to him what we saw.
Okay.
And I was able to translate some of it. I am willing to give you some information in exchange for the favor being fulfilled. Oh, and I want a set of knives. A good set of knives.
Deal.
Okay. So
He'll hold
I will.
his hand out to you to shake.
Okay.
Long handshake.
As you clasp his hand, all of you give me resolve rolls.
What?
Just resolve.
Just resolve.
1.
2 successes.
2.
Also 2 successes.
All right. You got 1? All right.
Ah.
So, Jacob, you feel kind of shaky. And this is why. As you're watching this guy shake Vaya's hand, the hand that she's holding just kind of splits at the right here, the webbing just kind of cuts all the way down, and it turns black and inky as it wraps around her arm. And then you realize with your sight, you kind of didn't pick it up until now, but your supernatural sight wasn't working. But it kind of kicked in at this moment. You see him for what he is. Sits there is this probably 15 to 20 foot tall thing. You're not sure. He's sitting. His arm probably starts a good 10 feet down. So it's above. So right now she's just holding 2 fingers that are wrapped around her arm. Inky black tendrils that go up to his shoulders. And then just a mane of spikes that lay from his head down to the floor. He has one eye on this side of his face and many eyes about down to that quarter side of his face. All different colors, blinking in different successions. He has no mouth. And then down his chest is full of holes. And they just kind of drip endlessly onto the floor.
Does he look anything like that thing we saw at Atlantis?
Nope.
Okay.
He looks wholly different. Even like the feeling he gives off is different.
All right. Give me 1 second. Let me just see if anything. All right. Yeah. Adrian throws up.
Look at her. So like, are you okay?
Oh my god.
You good?
He's so just staring at this dude in just like abject horror.
You good there?
He's gonna look at Adrian and be like, "Are you gonna clean that up?"
She doesn't say anything. She's sort of just shook. 100% shook.
Are you going to clean that up, Mrs. Phelps?
Is there a mop and bucket around here? Cool. She cleans it up.
I'll turn back to Vaya. Where were we?
I was about ready to give you some information.
Proceed.
I will give him the first 2 lines.
The first 2 lines.
Yes. Which, let's see where I wrote them down. When the 7 seals are broken, darkness born will rise. And I will give him up to the 1 soul split twine will find resolve.
It's so good to hear prophecy so old spoken again.
So are we good now? And where are my knives?
He'll wave his hand and over top of the coffee table, and knives will appear. It's a set of 6.
She just kind of takes a deep breath and like instinctively starts putting them in her clothing. And I'll like check the balance of them as I do it.
They're all perfectly balanced. And they're real damn sharp.
Good to know.
You should probably make a check to see if you don't stab yourself with one.
What am I doing?
We'll just say resolve plus acrobatics.
Acrobatics?
Yeah.
Or athletics?
Athletics. Just
Dexterity or resolve?
Resolve. Just see if you have the presence of mind to be like, there's an arm.
Yeah, if I still remember my muscle memory. I got 3.
Yeah, you definitely put them away. Adrian, he'll look to you.
Oh, that sucks. With how many?
Even though you can feel your supernatural sight receding, this thing is just burned into your mind. He'll suddenly be behind you, a hand on your shoulder. But even though you see the hand, you can feel the tendrils just wriggling over your chest. He kind of moves fingers up the side of your face, and he's like, Adrian, don't be afraid. No. I need you. Because you see me how I am.
No. Not available.
As you open your mouth to speak, he kind of like pushes a finger against your mouth, which to the other females in the room looks like he's just shushing you, but to you, you get a mouthful of tentacle.
She bites down hard as she can, just immediately. Second she feels it enter her mouth, she's like, "No, fight or flight just kicked in. Sorry, bud."
Which he smiles at, and he kind of like pulls his finger back, and he's like, "You enjoy that."
I'll clean that up too. Sorry. So
mouthful of tentacles. That's my favorite part. So as you look down to finish cleaning up your mess, and it's already gone. You now know that he was doing this just to be a dick. He sits back down, and his hands rest on the couch. Your debt is done, Astrid. But for your friends, especially for you, Adrian, and he winks at you, but you know it's with the eyes, too many on one side, all wink simultaneously.
Nope.
Like, and for being so gracious, I'll let you know that the information you provided is a prophecy.
Okay.
The seal's broken. Should be looked into.
I guess that's for them.
So, are you saying that seals have already been broken?
They might have. If they have, you need to stop them if it's your prerogative. If not, who cares?
What seals?
Oh, the seal's holding the darkness at bay.
Like you?
Oh no, I'm already here.
But were they keeping you at bay? Because I
No.
wish they'd kept doing that.
Oh, you hurt me.
You kind of stuck a finger in my throat, and that just wasn't cool. I wasn't kosher. I wasn't happy about that.
Adrian, we both know it's so much more than a finger. So much more.
Are you on like any government watch list? Because you should be.
He'll move his arm, and there you guys are back on the bottom floor of the club. The seals, children. Look to the seals.
That's good enough for me.
Oh,
Scoop up Liam off the dance floor where he gets whatever's on dance floor is on him.
How far away from me is he?
Who, the owner?
Yeah.
Like 5-10 feet.
I will walk over to him and ask him if he has a moment.
I have all the moments, Vaya. What would you like?
A chance to speak privately.
He looked at Astrid and Adrian, and he's like, Adrian, don't take this personal. It's just business. I only have eyes for you.
You have too many eyes. You need to get rid of them. It doesn't look good. Just consolidate this entire side. Just put them into one eye. Then there you have two big eyes, and then you look like a giant fish, and that's fine.
Like,
Or you look like one of those frogs with like all the holes on their back. You look like that.
Like, or they grow on you.
Don't you? No. No.
Suddenly you're seeing out of more eyes than one, Adrian.
Poke them out and just. I don't want it.
Like,
Get this shit out of my face.
but as he snaps, he also disappears with Vaya. Slowly, the patrons around you start to appear again.
Hey, let's
Vaya,
leave.
what would you like?
How well do we know each other?
I've known you for a few years.
And what have I done for you?
Killed people.
She'll kind of cuss under her breath. I've ran into a little problem. Some of my memories have come up missing.
That explains a lot.
So, don't suppose you know where I happen to stay most of the time?
Oh, you're home. No, you're a little too professional to let personal information leak out like that.
Okay. Do you know anything that could help me?
I know you frequent a certain hotel in Eden proper. You usually take the penthouse.
Interesting. And what's the name of this one?
The Four Seasons.
You say I kill people for you.
Not just me. You're a woman of the world.
How many have I killed for you exactly?
327.
She'll look at him a little shocked. Did I have a current contract with you?
No.
Okay. Thanks for the information.
You know, going forward, I will remind you I don't give information away for free. All this doing business.
I have a feeling we've done a lot of business with each other, and assuming I can figure this crap out, we can continue. I have some new toys to play with now.
Well, let's hope that you're alive long enough to use them.
Let's. And she'll stand up and leave if there's a door.
There's not. He just kind of moves his arm and Vaya pops back in downstairs without the owner.
We'll look at her a little suspiciously.
You all ready to go?
Well beyond ready.
Let's go. She'll help carry Liam.
All right. Where are you guys headed?
I'm just gonna get a taxi and take Liam home.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you all going with Astrid to Liam's house?
Which is apparently our headquarters.
Adrian has to, because she doesn't have a home.
I'm sorry, I forgot about that. That's not funny. It's not funny.
Oh, no, I don't know.
Hilarious.
We'll ask to get dropped off at this hotel.
All right. Yeah, you get all dropped off at the hotel.
Okay. And ask for your guys' address, phone number, or something. She doesn't currently have a cell phone on her, but she'll figure it out.
I'll give her my cell phone number, but that's it. Addresses won't be given out just yet.
Adrian, you all right? You're looking like someone shoved a tentacle finger in your mouth.
Yeah, she's a little bit shell-shocked what with the everything today. Because all of last session also happened today. So she's not okay right now.
Right.
Get to Leon's apartment and just take a 3-hour cold shower with the lights off, just like, sitting there like.
All right. So I guess we'll start with Vaya real quick. You get to the hotel. You walk in. As you walk up to the front desk, the clerk kind of like, "Oh, Miss Anderson, you're back. We had your room cleaned. We had all of your things you asked for added. Do you need a bellboy to bring you your stuff?"
That would be wonderful.
Right away. And he'll hop on the phone, and a few seconds later, they will have somebody escort you upstairs.
Before I leave, I'll ask him, when was the last time I was here?
I believe it was, and he'll check in like a week ago.
Okay. I will go up to the room. I'm assuming I go to the penthouse?
Mm-hmm. All the way to the top.
Okay.
As you walk in, it's the Four Seasons penthouse, so it's nice. It's got everything you could want. Everything.
Okay.
Your stuff is laid out in suitcases. You have just file folders on different people. You have 5 or 6 different phones. They're all burners. You have money in different bags, different currencies. You have pounds, US dollars, uh, rupees, pesos, yen, all of it. Um, and then you have another suitcase that has other things in it, such as weapons, which you can imagine are plentiful.
Okay. She'll briefly go through the files and see if she has anything on X.
There's nothing.
Okay. Is there a computer or anything in the room?
Yes, I'll say she has a computer.
Okay. She's gonna try to log on to it, see if she can remember the password.
It is biometric, so fingerprint and eye scan. It lets you in.
Okay. She's looking through the files for anything that catches her attention. And also just, does this room look like somewhere where she lives? Or is this just more of a room of...
This is definitely just somewhere you keep your stuff.
Okay.
This is only a staging area for you.
Okay.
As you go through the computer, I'll say you spend like a few hours pouring through it, just trying to get your bearings. You realize that you have several places that you visit while you're in the city of Eden. This is where you store your stuff. You sleep in another place. You meet other people in another place. You have drops-offs in several locations around the city. You know, like you frequently change. Like you maneuver between 2 or 3 different areas at all times. Like you're never in one area, and you always use a different name. If you look back through your bags, you find you have different passports, you have different IDs. Some of them say Vaya on it, some of them don't. Like you have many an alias.
She kind of sits down and tries to take all of this in. Does it look like she has something she was doing research on?
It does. It looks like you were doing research on a lead scientist at Daedalus Enterprise Research Center.
And that's where I was found.
Yep.
Did the scientist survive? Can I find out, like, through the internet if the scientist survived?
They're one of the ones pronounced dead.
Crap. Okay. I'll do some research into them to see if there's a reason through what I have here and just general searching. And then, yeah.
As you research, the specific bank account that's tied to this name has a large amount of money deposited into it recently, right around the time from their the release of their death certificate, when it was confirmed by autopsy. The money hit your account.
So most likely was my target. Got it. Do I have like a calendar or anything that tells me whether it's handwritten or on my computer that tells me I have any meetings coming up or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay.
You are all free.
Okay. Yeah. She'll just kind of go through all the files, trying to jog memories or anything like that from what she can find.
All right. We'll say you spend the rest of the night doing that, and we'll do the rest of that like just behind the scenes. I'll give you a rundown on what you find out and different memories that flood back to you.
Sounds good.
We're gonna switch back over to Adrian and Astrid. Double A over here. So, ladies, what are you doing? You're going to take a really long cold shower, right?
So actually, give me a second. Let's just see if okay, yeah. So she looks like she's barely keeping it together right now. So yeah, she's just gonna be like, okay, and then just walks back into that really dark room, goes and takes a shower for a little while.
All right. In this room, you're realizing as you're coming through it for the second time, it's dusty. This looks like it hasn't been used in a while.
Yeah.
As you turn the shower on and everything, it's been like kept clean, but like not like dusted and everything thoroughly. So it's a little musty right now. But it's nothing a few minutes of hot water won't wash down a drain.
Yeah. She's not exactly worried about it right now.
Are you guys doing anything tonight? Or are you just kind of taking in everything? And
I'm probably gonna just get Liam into his bed and probably get something to eat because I feel like it's been a long time since I've stopped to eat.
all right.
And I think I'm going to spend some time in front of a mirror figuring out what my face can do.
All right.
At some point, Adrian would come out and just sort of hang out. She wouldn't say anything, but she'd just be there.
Just sitting over there like eyes changing colors and
give me a little pointers and stuff. Like, oh yeah, that looks. Okay. And if Astrid asks about any of the crazy shit that happened, Adrian will answer.
All right. Anything else?
no, I just spend some time
All right. So you guys
catching up.
just kind of relax the rest of the night, trying to just take everything in, not lose your shit.
Oh, that shit's been lost.
Right. So I lost that on like hour two. I had one cool moment. I touched a bunch of people's heads, and then everything's been downhill from there.
Crazy.
Yeah. So you guys just you kind of try to keep each other company and keep each other sane throughout the night. You sleep. I'm gonna say you both are so exhausted that you sleep like the dead. Like you don't move. Like it's kind of one of those sleeps like your body is so tired you hit the bed and you stay in the same position for 10 to 12 hours and then you wake up and you're like, what day is it? But so that happens. What are you doing the next day when you wake up?
That's a good question.
Is Liam awake? Did he ever wake up? Because that's something that might be worrying.
It looks like he woke up, ate something, took a shower, and then went back to bed.
Cool. Not worried about it, I guess.
Either that or
maybe the past 2 weeks were just a fluke. Maybe I was just dreaming them.
either that or he just was trying to be nice and not wake you guys up, not knowing what happened. He was like, whatever.
Or maybe he tried to wake us up and we were sleeping like the dead.
Or maybe the person playing him isn't here, so
Yeah.
I'm just trying not to put that he's dead.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll check on Liam and
He
start.
is fast asleep.
Okay. I'm gonna start doing some research, see if I can find information about seals and being broken and
Alright.
prophecies and general research in that area.
I feel like I should tell you about something real quick though. You weren't there for it. We got shot at by like a car, an SUV. Um, before we split ways and I left. But when I was coming back, uh, they were shooting into a crowd of people. Uh, and I distracted them, and I managed to get rid of two of them. But then this big jackal-headed thing came out and threw the SUV at me. Um, Also earlier, I forgot this part. I bought some paintings, and they gave me a vision because the paintings were of us, and some shit goes down, and that jackal dude was in those paintings.
Do you have the paintings on you? Can I see them?
I kind of left them because some dudes were doing a mass murder. So I should probably go and see if I can pick those back up. But also, I'm kind of terrified of the outside world at the moment because the last 24 hours have just been an absolute shit show. So I kind of just want to chill too.
Well, if there's a shooting, then it's probably gonna be calling with cops and reporters and who knows what else. Well, where was it? Maybe I can go and get them.
Well,
Paintings of us and people that show up. Okay, it can't be good.
wait, I do have a. I mean, it was right down the street actually.
All right. Well,
I mean, yeah, we can go. We can go. If a car exhaust bangs too loudly, though, I'm leaving. I don't think I can handle anything for a little while.
all right. Well, let's go.
So you guys are leaving?
Yes.
All right. You head out. It's generally quiet on your way there. As you get there, it's a little more dense. You see streets are quartered off. Police tape everywhere, caution, all that good stuff.
Can I see my paintings I bought like somewhere along the street over there?
Give me a roll. What was the roll we made you do? It was like either stamina or because you're gonna have to use like your full on sight to check.
Full on sight. I'm not sure what it was. I know it's stamina. The integrity, survival, something like that.
I think we did culture or empathy.
Oh, you mean to? Okay, yeah. Okay, empathy plus stamina. Pow. One success.
All right, with one success, you kind of realize that there might be there, they might not be. There's a lot of bodies around that aren't moving, that are laying on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
They have started to move them away, but there are a lot. Astrid, when you were looking through your phone, like I guess in the morning, like your morning ritual or whatnot, mass shooting, first time in history of Eden, 75 bodies, still counting. Adrian, if Astrid were to tell you this, you realize like there was no way 75 people died yesterday while they were shooting at you in that brief period before you took out the shooters. So something had to happen after you left.
What kind of condition are the bodies in? Do they look like they've been shot, or do they look like they were
As close as you can get, it looks like they've been shot, but they won't let you get any closer than that.
Could I perhaps use my connection with police officers to say that I'm trying to find a missing person, and I think they might be one of the bodies, and I just want to see if I can get an ID.
Yeah, you can go ahead and utilize your contacts. You don't have to make a roll for it or anything,
Okay.
since police are one of your contacts. They let you give you access to a body just to look it over. It's near like 3 or 4 other bodies. You can't really tell. They got a big blanket over them. But this body, it looks riddled with holes. A few of them look more like puncture wounds. So you know what a bullet hole looks like, especially like a through and through, or something that like it's caught inside. A few of these look too big to be a bullet hole. Like it's a good like 3, 4. It's big round. So not bullets weren't the only thing that hit these people. And there's no discernible way to tell if the impact was from the front or the back.
And they're just kind of scattered around at
Yeah.
random.
Yep.
What are we gonna do? Could I roll like a cunning or intellect, and
Four.
to just try and figure out, like, look for any kind of clues, or to figure out try and get a
What
better
happened?
grasp of what. Yeah.
Give me a intellect plus medicine check.
Okay. 2 successes.
All right. Sorry. Long day. With 2 successes, you realize that some of these are indeed looks like they weren't just like they were hit from multiple angles. So, with what you know of Scions or the divine in general, and the way these marks are, it looks like they were either shot from multiple angles at the same time, or it could be possible that somebody with high speed was able to move and shoot at the same time as these people were standing around all the holes. Now the bigger holes, you're able to tell that these were made with some kind of weapon. It's not a bullet.
You said it was just the people and then the giant jackal head thing, right? Adrian.
Yeah. Sorry. Some with giant jackal head. It also. Do I remember if the one in real life had 4 arms still? Daniel.
Not that you could make out.
Okay, so yeah, giant jackal head, kind of mechanical.
Well, see if you can find this paintings and nothing else. This is
Yeah.
hopefully come away from here with less questions than we started with. So where were you when the shooting started?
That away. somewhere on the other side of the street.
Well, let's go see if your paintings are anywhere over there.
Yeah.
So as you walk up, you do see the paintings kind of set up to the side with all the other paintings that were strewn about. Kind of got kicked over with the chaos.
But I find the ones I paid for.
Yep.
Yoink, 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 yoink. Do I see the body of Michael anywhere while I'm here?
There's a lot of bodies, but you don't see anything.
Okay, good. All right. These are they. Let's get the fuck out of here, please.
I agree. Let's go. Actually, real quick, I'm gonna pop back over to the police I talked to who let me in and slip them my card and tell them to give me a call when they find anything out with the autopsy.
All right. They told you maybe.
It's good enough. I'll take a maybe.
So as you guys are walking, is there anything you're going to do before you leave the area? You scanned for Michael's body, got your paintings, talked to some cops. Nothing else? All right. We're going to switch over to Vaya. Ma'am, are you
Yes.
going to the address or location that you found?
Yeah, but on my way out, I'll double check the security of the door and make sure that I'm pretty sure my stuff is secure. Grab a ID
Right.
and grab some cash.
Door secure. It's anything. It's got like a 3-layer security. You have a vestibule area walking into the penthouse. So you walk out one door. It's secured by a magnetic lock. Then you walk out another door that lets you out into the hallway. That door is secure, and then your penthouse is only accessible through a key card that the elevator brings up. There's no other entrances or rooms on this floor.
Okay. And I'll grab any weapons that I feel the most comfortable with. Like as I'm looking through my weapons, whichever ones I kind of feel the most comfortable with, I will grab those and put them on my person.
All right. So you head downstairs. You're just heading straight for it.
I'll make sure that the room is paid up. Kind of just wanted to make sure everything was good with payment. When do I owe you for the room again?
We take care of that after you leave, Miss Anderson.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You have a nice day.
Yep.
As you leave, nothing really encumbers your path on the way. You get there, you knock on the door, you 1 minute, and then out from the door comes Aunt Nancy, who yes, how can I help you?
Yeah, how can she help you?
Hey, I had some questions about a situation that happened, and I ran into a young lady, and she gave me this address, said this is where she lives. Are you the only one here?
Me and my wife, but are you talking about Adrian? Is she in trouble?
Yes. No, she's not in trouble at all. I need to speak with her. That's all. And this is the address she gave me.
Oh, unfortunately, she moved out yesterday.
Oh, really? That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's cold.
It's unfortunate when your niece, who you put your life on hold to help raise abandons you for something that you beg her not to. So, no, Adrian is not here, and if you do find her, please tell her to come get her things. The
Um,
sorrow when I see them breaks my heart over and over again.
you know what? I'm going to track her down. Would you like me to take her things?
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Hold
Oh.
right there.
Of course.
Some
man.
random fucking person shows up and she's just like, here, take all this shit. All that emotional investment I had in her, gone. I don't care anymore.
Aunt Nancy brings out a card. Just a card. Like, looks like a birthday card. She hands it to you.
Okay. Is this all of it?
All she'll need.
Okay. I will make sure she gets it. If she comes by, could you possibly tell her to call this number? And I'll write down one of the burner phone numbers I have and give it to her. You know, I really do need to talk to her. It's super important.
I doubt she'll come by, but I'll give her your number if she does.
Thank you. And if you need anything, think of anything, please let me know.
I will do. Thank you.
Thank you. And she will leave. And when she is away, she will look at the card.
You gonna open it?
Yeah, she's going to.
Envelope?
It's in an envelope. It's sealed. Are you gonna unseal it to open it?
I will take it back to where I have my supplies and see if I have a way of opening it without like making it obvious by ripping and tearing.
I'm gonna just stop you right there. You don't got a whole forensic kit. You can't open it without letting.
You
Adrian
can
know that you
use
read it.
a hair dryer.
You gonna? All right. You really want to open this? All right, sure. You gonna get real emotional real quick.
Yeah, she will use the hair dryer to like loosen it so she can just tuck it back in so it doesn't look like it was actually sealed.
All right.
Watch
Cool.
Or something so I can get the full weight of it whenever it gets back to me.
All right. I will do that. I'll send it to you in a message.
Okay.
I'll have to write it up after this.
That's fine. Yeah. And then she would call the phone number Astrid gave her if she didn't find anything there.
Ring,
the phone.
motherfucker.
Hello?
So has your morning been as eventful as your night was?
Who is this?
It's Vaya.
Oh. Well, if by eventful you mean finding a strangely large number of massacred bodies in the streets, then sure.
Are you guys doing anything interesting today?
No, we're just relaxing, trying to recuperate our strength.
Okay. Well, if you need anything, you can call me at this number.
Sure. I'll do that.
And she'll hang up the phone and she will actually start doing research on her primary target. Or the only target she has right now.
On X?
Yes.
Funny stuff. All the photos that you see of X and pretty much articles written on him have Adrian's name attached to them. And these are the most recent photos for the last 6 months.
Okay.
So all of the most recent information of X has come from Adrian.
Okay.
Whose privacy you just violated. I hope you feel good about yourself. Real good.
She has no qualms with it. So can she find a location of where he tends to be?
X?
Mm-hmm.
X was gone for a good few years before he popped back up.
Okay. Well, she's going to try to locate where Astrid and everyone is, either by whatever means she can. She wants to locate them and just kind of show up if possible.
Alrighty. Yeah, you can give me a technology roll.
Technology by itself?
Technology and intellect roll.
And it. Okay. I got 1 success.
With 1 success, you can kind of piece it together. With all the places you've been, you remember them saying they were going to head back to Liam's place. Liam worked at the club you were in, pulling up the, following the thread. You're like, oh, well, Liam worked at this club. Clubs have records of people where they live. This is where he lived. All right. Okay. And you show up at Liam's house.
Okay, I knock on the door.
Go. Is there a peephole in the door?
Yeah, it's an apartment.
I'll look out. How the fuck did she find us? I'm gonna, Adrian, it's that Vaya managed to find us.
Yeah, I see her.
Adrian can see, like, he probably watched her walk up the stairs like, this bitch.
I see a car in her backpack. It's Aunt Nancy's handwriting. What the fuck?
That's great. That's great.
I'm gonna open the door. You're very resourceful.
I'm figuring that out.
All of you give me dexterity rolls.
What the fuck?
Just dex. Okay.
Some bullshit.
1 success.
2
successes.
All right. Adrian and Astrid, you're able to keep your balance. Vaya, you do fall over. What feels like an earthquake kind of rocks the area. The building shakes. Things fall off the walls. Things are toppling over in the hallway. Looking out of the window to the horizon, you can see smoke rising up from one of the temple districts.
Which one?
The Kami district.
Fuck. Oh wait, the Kami?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Does Vaya know this?
You would know the general areas, so yeah, you could probably put it together that's the Kami district.
So Vaya will curse very loudly under her breath and say, well, that's not good.
And that's where we're going to end it tonight, guys. Sorry.
You're good.
I really wanted to keep going, but I have to always be mindful of time. Hopefully, next time we can definitely look into what the hell that was. But I'm super excited how far you guys got. I'm super proud, and I had so much fun tonight with everything. But yeah, no, so I'm Daniel. This has been Scion 2nd edition. We're going to go through and say goodbye to the cast, and then we'll let you guys get out here and enjoy the rest of the last half an hour of your Friday night. Starting with Jacob.
I'm Jacob. I played Adrian, who desperately needs a good day. but yeah, that's fun, and we live to just torture these characters. And next stop, the commie district, I guess.
And Crystal.
Crystal, I played Astrid, who is getting real sick of all this shit. Wants to go back to just helping normal people do like slightly shady shit instead of supernatural shit. But here we are.
And Ashley.
I'm Ashley, and I played Vaya, and I'm pretty sure she's going to make sure Adrian doesn't have a really good day tomorrow. So we'll
what?
just see how this goes.
I don't think the day's gonna need your help on that one.
Just-
It's just gonna keep going down.
I have this nice little letter I'm going to hand to you. You know, we'll see how it goes.
And I'm Daniel. I'm the one that gets to cause them all this pain and strife, and I love it. I'm also here all the goddamn time. So I'll be here Sunday for Pathfinder Age of Ashes with my good friend Ian, who is the GM. So definitely come check us then. And then I'll be here Monday with my friend Alex with Star Wars. We're headed into the season finale of that show, so definitely come in and check us also out then too. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys had a great time watching, and hopefully we'll see you next time. So, bye.